NikkiNicoleStar family. How are we doing? How are we doing? Hi. Wait, I don't know what the hell is going on with StreamYard. I have been having an awful time with them, but like I click on your comments, but they don't come up. So I was over here singing your comment, Busola, but it didn't come. I look crazy. I'm like, hiya. But I was saying this anyway. Thank you for coming back. StreamYard, I am sending an email. Malty said he's only saying that because he got caught. Who? Wait, but just came to say that I just saw that Clay is saying that he was used. Wait a minute. This is the thing. I remember. Thank you for reminding me, because I had pushed my live back because she said she was dropping some information. Child, hold on. She said she had made a threat to his what's her name? She had made a threat to his publicist and was like, something, girl, wait. Oh, my next relationship.
Started off my day by singing and dancing with my baby before he went to work.
Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, what is going on? Wait, what is she? Okay, that's his mom. I knew you was a dog.
Started off my day by singing and dancing with my baby.
Child, I gotta take screenshots. What is going on? What is going on? This is so ghetto. This is a mess. Child. What is going on? Selena is so messy. Oh, Selena.
You and your motherfucking mama.
Oh, yes, girl. Oh, she is so messy. This isn't funny. Forgive me, Lord. That ain't right. This isn't funny. Thank you, Lord, for checking my spirit. I remember just from this comment, I was like, I had pushed the live back because she said she was dropping some, and then she made a threat to his publicist. And she was like, by 12 p.m. Child, let me get this information in here and then we can talk. Oh my goodness, what is going on in the world? What is going on in the world, child? What is going on in the world, child? What is going on? Oh my goodness, this drama with him and this woman have to end. Have to end. There is other stuff to talk about. Oh Lord, I have a whole thing on them already. It's too much. Selena. You and him gotta work it out. Ciao. All right, I got the. Oh my gosh. Lord. That one shot said, is anyone watching The Ultimate in South Africa trying to see if it's worth a shot? It's so good. Let me tell you something. It's a slow burn. But then, girl, they get into it. Look out for Ruth. Ruth is the star of that season. Also, after you watch it, come back to my channel. I reviewed it 2 days ago. Come back and hop into that video. NC said, hey guys, they just dropped the Summer House reunion looks, and all I have to say is that Jordan is not. What? So much is happening. Yes, thank you so much for that, so Steph. Thank you. Airing him out. Oh, wait, did you take me in something new? Let me go to TikTok. What is happening, guys? I feel like I have to be on live 24/7. Like, there is always something.
CNN video of
Simone.
Diddy attacking Cassie.
I always watch her videos. I love her. Oh my God, did you tag me in something, girl? Okay, it wasn't nothing new. I hate to say this, the white shows that I review, they don't give me this kind of drama. It's these black shows. Me too. Me too. AIA. Sasha said she said that the publicist told Clay to stay with AD, act like he loves her. And oh my God, this is so messy. Record time. Blue Jay said, side note, how hard is it for reality TV star to get teams? Do they have it before? Do they get recruited after? After. Brittany says, I don't know anything about this, but what goes on, and sometimes for people who want to become reality TV stars, they have a team set up before. It's normally the rich ones. I don't know anything about this, but what is going on? People think they can get her unscathed, like walking into drama, right? Because you were the last video I was watching on TikTok. Oh, yes. Thank you. I got that. Thank you so much. Child, since we're talking about this man, let's get into it. You know what? No, I'm in with Clay because I feel like we're just going to talk about that the longest. Let's start off with something easy. Something easy and happy and joyful. My God, today, Clay. I'm not even related to that man and I'm stressed. Let's start off with Joan. We have a new the first golden bachelorette is Joan. Hey, Ajuvi. How are you? Is Joan. You know, that was my girl. I thought that she was going to be it, but then she left so early. I was like, no, maybe it's going to be Faith, but I was really rooting for Joan and we got her. Let's talk about it. So the Golden Bachelorette named 61-year-old Joan Vasos, okay, as their first leading lady. Joan Vasos, I think it's Joan Vasos, has been named the first leading lady of the Golden Bachelorette. This is from the Variety article, which premieres on ABC this fall. Vasos, who is 61 years old, was a contestant season 1 of the Golden Bachelor in the fall. She was one of the first to develop a strong connection with Gary Turner, but chose to go home during week 3 to be with her daughter, who was having a medical emergency. I also want to point out that Joan wrote a message under Teresa's Instagram about her divorcing from Gary. And I think she said something like, I warned you. And I was like, what? Messy. Vasos is a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 2 who was widowed after 32 years of marriage. She's worked as a school administrator, is from Rockland, Maryland, per ABC. Is it Maryland? Yeah, MD is Maryland. I went to art school. Her hobbies include listening to Elton John and spending time with her daughter and cooking. I want to know if she released a statement. Oh no, she didn't release a statement. I'm excited. I'm happy for Joan. I liked her. I thought that she was good TV. I think she's going to be fun. I don't know if her guys are going to be diverse, but you know, do we really need to see elderly interracial couples? Because it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I'm just saying because, you know, of what they grew up with. But with us, it probably would make more sense. So I'm not looking for diversity. I'm just looking for a happy ending. I like Joan and I'm happy for this. So what do you guys think? Somebody said you caught it. Love Like You Are said they better pick men from her area because Joan's not leaving her daughter if ABC wants a successful season. That's a really great topic. Thank you so much, Love Like You Are, for bringing that up because I think that's why Gary and Teresa did not work out. They both said that they sat down and they thought about it and they want to be around their grandkids who are growing up because they're in, especially Teresa, she's a really important part of her grandkids' life because they're a lot younger than Gary's grandkids. And also when we were watching the show, I was just like, I don't see Gary moving a woman into the dream house that he built for his wife or a woman being comfortable doing that. Oh, Mama Star. Ma. Hey. Is she on live? Mom, are you on live? If you know I'm on here, Chill out. Text me. Anyway, I just did not see a woman moving into a home that her husband built for the love of his life, leaving everything, especially her grandkids and everything, especially with Teresa, who has a really good job, leaving all of that to come and be with him. One of them had to move so the other could be happy and so that the relationship could work out. Mama Star, I'm on live. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Just text me, my love.
All right.
Oh, Mom. Oh, shoot. She wasn't a fan of Jones. Not a fan, but she wanted somebody else, so it's okay. So I just did not see that working either way, because old people, when they get to a certain age, they're like settled. They did everything that they wanted to do. Now they're here and they're not moving, right? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm saying no now, and I'm doing what I want to do. I've done everything for everybody else. My kids are grown. My grandkids are getting older. I want to do what I want to do for me. They're kind of stuck in their ways in a good way, right? So I just did not see that working. So for this to be successful, they do have to pick people from where she lives or a man that's willing to move. However, if the man is willing to move, we're all going to be side-eyeing him and being like, where's your community? You're an elderly dude and you want to leave your community. Something doesn't add up. Are you trying to take her money or her fame or her spotlight? I don't know. So I hope that they can do that. I don't think this show will do that, because at the end of the day, they're not trying to have a happily ever after. It's a show for entertainment. So they're looking for what's going to work best for the show entertainment wise, and not what's going to work best for Joan. I'm hoping that at the end of the day, when she leaves this show, she leaves with a boyfriend. I'm not looking for her to get married at 61. Like, no, it's okay. She's done all that she can. She's lived a life. She's lived a life as a wife. Now let her live a life single, sexy, and free, and maybe with a boo in different area codes or something like that. But I don't think we have to push for a goal of marriage for all of these shows, to be quite honest with you. The world is very different now. The world is very different. So I'm excited. That was my pick. Thank you, Christina. That was my pick. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the season and where it's going to go. Where did you send the Love is Blind lawsuit? Did you send it to me on Instagram or email? Let me know, Jasmine. It's a phenomenal 61. I'm happy for her. Happy for her. Congrats, Joan. Let's move on. We got Joan. Oh my God, my phone deleted everything. We're going to have to go off the dome. That's okay. I'm an improviser. I've done this before. Oh, you sent it to me on Instagram? Ciao. I'm so stuck on that girl's Instagram. Nadine said, Nikki, did you see the puff video? Oh my goodness. Yes, Nadine, I saw the video. When did you send it? What is this?
It's triggered. Am I surprised at my video about Harrison Butker and his ties to the traditional Latin? So
what? Y'all be sending me some stuff. My God, today. Let me look at that later. Problems that we're in. D sent this by Bravo. I don't see it, but in my defense, I just have I got a lot of these messages. I want to do better with checking them. I'm going to do better with checking them. I have not been checking my messages a lot because I'm starting to get like military men. No shade to military men, but that's not my ministry. So I've just been getting like a lot of them like hitting me up at the DMs, and I've been like staying away because I've been uncomfortable. No shade to the military men. Not my ministry, but I don't got nothing against y'all. So I haven't been in my DMs like I need to, but I'm gonna get back. I am going to get back. Let's move on to, let me bring up, because I can't believe all my notes are gone. OMG. Why am I fighting like that? I want to end with Clay. I talked about my girl, Joan. Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That new cast. I will I'm going to be in the comments a lot for this one because I don't know nothing about the new girls, but let's talk about it. So Bravo just announced this week, I believe, their new cast for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. These are the new girls. All I know is Shamia and Cynthia. The women in the middle, I have no idea. We're going to figure out who they are together. If you have any additional information, throw it in there. So I saw this message on Bravo's page, and it says introducing our sweet Real Housewives of Atlanta Peaches for season 16. Portia Williams, Kenya Moore, Drew Sidora, Shamia Morton Mwangi, Cynthia Bailey returning as friend, and new ladies Angela Oakley, Brittany Eady, and Kelly Farrell. And then right after, I saw this on Cynthia's congrats, Cynthia. Thank God you didn't sell Lake Bailey. Oh my goodness, guys, she literally, it's a lake. It's like a whole lake. It's crazy. But she wrote on her Instagram, everyone needs a good friend contract. Good for her. That's where she needs to be. She doesn't need to be full-time. She needs to be a friend. Do what Marlo did. Poor Marlo. Marlo, if you would have just stayed a friend of the show, you were so addicted to a freaking peach that you didn't realize that you had a really great run as a friend of the show. And that was where you should have remained, because you were making more than some main cast members, but you just got caught up in the look of it all and not really what your purpose was on the show. And I think you did that part really, really well. It's when you became a lead that you struggled a bit and couldn't really find your footing, and also held a lot of issues with women with the way they treated you when you were a friend of. I think you got too personal with work. When you were a friend of, it was work for you. When you became a peach holder, it just overtook you. And I think that Cynthia is going to do a really great job with that, because it's going to be a good check and not all of that work and not as invasive as you have to be, as you have to allow the show to be when you are a main cast member. So good for her. Good for her. I think this is going to be a good season. I've been asking for some new blood on the show. I don't know how the new girls are going to do, because I watched that interview with Kenya and she said they're not interviewing the ladies anymore or auditioning the ladies anymore. They're just bringing in new people onto the show, and we don't have a say-so. And you watch the relationships flop on camera. So I'm with Kenya. I think they should have auditioned first instead of just making them main peaches. They could have came back with, just the three ladies and just had everybody audition to see how it works. But they have a new formula. I hope it works for them. I am looking forward to it. But I will say, I was gagged that this entire couch got fired. I thought at least Sheree was going to stick around. I knew Sanya wasn't going to stick around, and unfortunately for her, it just didn't work out. But for me, Sanya was not a good fit for the show. That doesn't mean she wasn't good for TV. Her commentating, I was going to say political, athletic commentating at the Olympics was stellar. She's so good in that, and all of the commentating she was doing throughout the Olympic season, she ate. I felt like that's more her speed. The athletic professional area is where she just shines. I think that a lot of people who aspire to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, who are fans, but are also people who have some notoriety in their respected careers, look at this show, and because you're looking at it as a fan or you're looking at it just as a viewer, you get so excited and you're just like, oh, I could do that. And I know that I'll eat that up. Like even me, like when we all do it, right? When we watch these shows, we think about what we would have said. I would have been like, oh no, Kenya wouldn't have said that to me. I would have said this. I do this here on the show. I would never go on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. First of all, because I fight. Second of all, there's just certain things that I would not do. I guarantee you I would eat it up though, right? Like you'll get views from me, but I got a praying mother and I don't want to embarrass her. So I just would never do something like that. But I'm saying we all watch the show and we all like recreate like housewives moments. You know, it's a part of a culture at this point, right? It's a part of reality TV culture. But I think like somebody like Sanya and these women who come on these shows who don't really do well, I think they think it's one way and get really gobsmacked when it's completely different and is struggling and trying to find their footing. And um and I think their names and their notoriety gets them to the audition and on the show, but it's a completely different ball game to how you really exist in the world. And I think a lot of them are thinking, oh, this is just going to be like a documentary of my life. No, it's train wreck TV. It's train wreck TV. No shade, but you are a fabulous, bedazzled clown. And this is a circus. You gotta perform. You gotta tap dance for them peanuts. You know, like this is what you have to do. And I think a lot of them don't get that. And I feel like Sonya really came to this show very real. It was trying to find her footing and struggling with that because she just, you know, not everybody knows how to work a circus. Nobody knows, not everybody learns how to knows how to excel in a circus. But I feel like the Olympics and sports commentating world, she's eating because that's where, you know, she thrives. And I'm happy that she was at least able to find something. Disappointed that she felt hurt about being cut from the show, but bigger and better things are ahead. You and Mr. Chocolate and that beautiful family can exist outside of the mess of this show, because did you really want to be pregnant on this show? Come on, come on. So I think that this cast is going to do well. Like I said, I don't know the other people. I would have at least thought that Sheree would have come back. I know that that lady who is dressed like the opera singer from The Fifth Element, I knew she wasn't coming back. And I knew Marlo wasn't coming back because she just did not do a good job as a main peach holder. Fabulous friend of main peach holder, absolutely not. But Sheree, I thought she was coming back because of her performance on what is that show? Traders. She did a really good job. I thought they were going to bring her back because of that, but I'm guessing she did not have a storyline. So that's another thing that a lot of people do not know. You have to have a storyline when every season that you're going into. So we talked about this before, I think. So before you go on the show, you meet, and before like contracts are signed anything, you meet with production. And if you're and you present to them what you have going on this year, like me and my husband are going through, I'm opening up a new store, I'm trying to get pregnant, me and my mom are reconciling on camera, right? So you pitch those things to them and give them what you're going to be working on. And if they can find a storyline that they feels makes sense with the season and is interesting enough to cover, then your contract will be renewed. So a lot of these ladies probably that didn't come back probably just didn't have anything going on. And that's not a bad thing. You just don't have drama for this show to cover. They're not going to cover if you don't have anything going on. That's why a lot of these women fake storylines so that they can stay relevant in the eyes of production and the network so that they can have something to follow. So I think Sheree was probably in a good place and didn't really have anything to cover. But I hope she is able to get more reality TV opportunities because I think she did really well on Traders. I think along with her and Phaedra, it was really, really interesting to watch. So if I were her, I would expand my my work to other reality TV shows. You know what I mean? Like, this is your job at this point. You can't go be like a district manager at Target. So try to get on another reality TV show. But I was actually surprised that she got cut. Anyway, let's get into this new cast. Again, only know about Shamia and Cynthia. So I'm just going to read what Bravo has to say about them. Let's start with, so the cast, the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 cast will be the Portia Williams, no longer Gobadia. That's done. Along with Kenya Moore here, and Drew Sidora. So these are the main peach holders, and then we have several friends of. I will say this: a lot of people are just like, Drew is coming back. Why is Drew coming back? Are you kidding me? Bravo is not going to miss an opportunity to watch that marriage collapse. They are going to film every portion of it. Ralph was probably annoying the hell out of her. They were probably fighting in the kitchen. You know, she's rubbing his Beijing off. He's probably trying to pull at her wig or her Spanx. You know, like it's probably a whole lot of stuff going on, and they're going to cover it all. This is going to be Phaedra and Apollo 2.0. I cannot believe people were shocked that she was coming back. I'm like, you think they're going to miss an opportunity to film that? That's all Drew had to say during negotiations. Oh, Ralph and I are still getting divorced. Bet. See you next season. See you next season. Because they're both performers. So they're going to put on a show. And that's all this is at this point. It's at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So, of course, her contract was renewed. But then we got Shamia. I don't know anything about her other than she's Portia's friend. And Candy's friend. I will be honest here. No shade, Shamia. I was a little like, oh my God, why? You know, I haven't seen anything from your performance as a friend of. I felt like every time we saw you, you were getting devoured by women you called your friend. And I just don't want to see that on the show. I don't know what you're really going to bring. I mean, are you going to be a bone carrier? Do you know how to read? Is it the fashions? I mean, I love a bedazzled jacket. I don't know. I don't know what she's going to bring to the show. And neither does Bravo, because there's no like bio for you anywhere. So I don't know. We will see. We will see what you're going to bring. I mean, are we going to be allowed to see the husband? Are we going to, I don't, what's happening there, but God bless, you know, congrats. Then we have Brittany Edie. I'm telling you, I cannot find anything. No shade. Every time I Google her name, a stem will come up. I was just like, who is this? I don't know anything about her. So y'all let me know in the comment section, who is Brittany Edie and why do you think she'll be good for the show? I have no idea about this woman other than the fact that I thought that she was Summer Walker. I was like, is that Summer? That's what I thought. But no, she's not Summer Walker. It's Brittany Edie. Is she a chef? I know one of them is a chef. One of them got a waffle spot. Right? Don't one of them got a waffle spot? I was able to pick up a little information. But that's Brittany. And then the next one is Kelly. Nothing about her. Black woman. Never mind. It's okay. Nothing about her. Is she Afro-Latina? That would be cool. I've been asking for that on this show. Then we have Angela Oakley. Summer Walker. Everybody is like a Summer Walker variant. Who are these people? I have no idea who these women are. But congrats. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Eat it up. Eat it up. What do you guys think? I was like, who are these people? Not mad at it. I always said we got to get prominent women in Atlanta who are like unknown so they can establish something here, because like I feel like the ladies who have the names aren't really going to want to go there and really mess up their businesses like that, because at the end of the day, if you come on this show and you're not likable, that's going to affect your business. So these girls have something going on. I think the one business I know about is the chicken and waffle place that one of the girls has. I have no idea, but this is who was on the Daily Dish. I don't know these people. Angela Oakley. Who knows? Kelly Farrell? Who knows? Miss Edie? Who knows? Congrats to them. They're all like Summer Walker variants. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's Latasha said, I thought they would demote Marlo. If they would keep firing and hiring Sheree, why not promote then demote Marlo? She probably didn't want to be a friend of. She probably was just like, me. Oh no, I'm not doing that, Andy. I think I saw an article where he was talking about in his podcast how they had words. So oh no. Someone said she by herself when they heard Sheree's firing. Listen, she by Sheree, this is the time. This is the time to get that thing up and running. This is the time to get that thing up and running. The NNH said, plus Senior had her own reality TV show with her husband. So she thought it would be the same, but it's totally different when you have to be with other ladies. And also when you are on a show about your drama being entertainment. That's again, I always say it. You can make stuff up. Just let it be interesting. I really don't want to see your marriage fall apart on TV. That's depressing. You can do something else. You and a best friend can act like y'all are actually beefing when it's all good in the hood. Just make it interesting. Which one of the Summer Walker variants is Fallon's cousin? Which one? Is it the one I thought that was Afro-Latina? Let me know. Yes, I already did a review on it like 2 days ago. Yes, I did the whole show just because the first episodes were really, really slow and then it picked up in the end. JG said, I did not know Britt Edie was, she's Fallon's cousin, but I don't know how close they are. Britt Aaron, the fam out when they cross her. Oh gosh. Oh my God. This better not be given to Teresa and Joe. I do not want the Real Housewives of New Jersey mess on this show. We're building back. We're getting back to fun on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh my God. So if she's Fallon's cousin, I would not come for Portia. I leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Because did you see that interview where Fallon was just like, if she run into Portia, it's not going to be good for Portia? I'm like, have you seen Portia fight? Oh, girl, you're crazy. Girl, you crazy. Yes, the House of Villains will be great for her. The House of Villains will be great for her. She needs to be hopping on other reality TV shows. Hell, jump on a challenge. Jump on a challenge. The NNH said Drew carried the season last time and ain't Drew messing with Dennis. We're going to eat. We're going to eat. The girls are back. JG said also, y'all, Britt cursed Jid Williams off for messing with Rick Ross. Rick Ross after her when she let her stay in her house while she visited Atlanta. Also, she was a video vixen as what? Oh, let's go. Let's go. What is happening? Oh my God. Is Real Housewives of Atlanta back? Oh God. Are we gonna be fighting on Rick Ross over Rick Ross and the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Yeah. Oh, who was on Food Network? I'm telling you guys, I couldn't find nothing out about these ladies. I was trying. Simply Simone says Shamia is known for hosting so many events in the Atlanta Hawks games. We might get the businesswoman brand expansion. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. JG said Britt did insurance in Atlanta and got a contract with RR. Don't know who they are. Then sold the firm. She has a wealthy fiance who they met when they tried to get insured by her. Oh my God, but couldn't. Okay. Which Summer Walker variant is that? Britt. Oh, okay. The main Summer Walker. All right. Okay, so we got some interesting stuff here. Because I'm telling you, I got this from the Bravo dish. I'm like, are these all the same person? Oh my God. Y'all have got to stop going to the same surgeon. Oh, is everybody going to Dr. Miami? Because he is giving y'all one face and one butt. My God, today. My God, today. The internet age said, I think a lot of women who have businesses aren't trying to be on these shows anymore. Too much of a risk. I get it. Like I said, one thing you say the audience doesn't like, your business is done for. I wouldn't go on them shows either. C. Golden said, why are people still acting like they don't understand that Sheree is lazy? All these years and a woman has done nothing. Keep watching. Joggers. I did too. And not for the fact that I didn't think that she was showing up. I was just like, this isn't you. This isn't you, Sanya. And she was always struggling, right? Because these ladies do this for a living. I'm like, this isn't you, girl. Get out of this mess. Get out of this playground. This is not your neighborhood. I could not believe that she said that. And she was like talking in like a different voice. It was giving Drake. If Portia see me, it won't be good. That's all I'm saying. It won't be no talking. Who is this? It was such a weird interview. Oh my goodness. Monique said, I think the housewives on competition shows makes more sense. I agree. Love Like You Are said Portia was fighting Dennis's family members on TV. Remember, the only reason why she didn't get to his mama is because the producer bore her. I was like, oh my God. If he was not in the way, she would have got to his mother. And what would you have done? That's his mother, your daughter's grandmother. That was insane. She's good TV. Sippy Simone said, wait, is that why Portia isn't messing with Drew this season? Oh my gosh. I hope not. This is so messy. Why am I excited? Brittany said, whenever I hear Drew Sidora, I think about how she did my girl Melanie wrong on a game, and I can't move past that. Why did she let them use her real name? Kayla said, yesterday someone told me I look like I could be from Atlanta, and I wanted to fight her because what do you mean? My belly button is in the original position. I will say, the women in Atlanta are stunning. Like I won't say natural, but like, like just normal girls, stunning. The way you are able to look so beautiful in a place where people know how to do your makeup and hair. When you got the resources, like everybody around you, man, because like when I lived in Philly, eating. When I lived in New York, eating. I moved to LA, who the hell am I? Why did I have to learn how to do my own damn hair? Oh my gosh. Anyway, the women in Atlanta are just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The people who come here for entertainment, I just do what works for you, right? I would just say as a woman, I wouldn't start any kind of invasive surgery until like you're in your what? No, I'm going off of my mama. Like, I don't think I'm going to touch my face till about my mom does not have wrinkles like that though. A good 67. A good 67. Because I have two right here, but that's just from the entertainment industry. As I move more and more away from them and spend more time in Atlanta, they start to go away. You see what I'm saying? When I'm in LA, they get a little prominent. When I come here, they start to. You see what I'm saying? A good 67. I feel like y'all too young to start messing with stuff. You ain't even got your auntie hips yet. Why are you messing with your butt and your auntie hips hasn't come in? Every Black woman knows that like at a good, 48, 49, the auntie hips start developing. So by the time you're like 58, they're in. Your auntie hips and butt are in. We all get stacked right before we hit 60. Why are you touching that? Don't touch that. If you're going to touch it, do Madonna. Madonna didn't get her BBL till she was 72. But she's Italian. But Italians, they got them hips and butt. They be some of them be like, oh my God, you Afro-Latina? Italian. You know what I mean? So some of them had that, but I'm like, I just wouldn't. Y'all so young. Get out of that surgeon's office. Why do you need lip fillers? What the hell is happening? Your brain is not fully developed. You should not be touching your body like that. It takes a minute. Things shift. Give your body a minute. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. And y'all so young. And then y'all black. Like getting black feature. What the? Why are you a black woman with full lips getting lip filler? People are going to get your lips. You don't have to touch them. What is happening? Absolutely not. The NNH said they were in the studio together like a month or so ago. I saw a video of them together. Since when does oh my gosh. Oh, hurry up this damn season. I'm ready. Indigo Girl says Korean skin products from Korea keep your skin flawless. It works. I love me some Korean skincare. They know what they're doing. All natural. I know that's right. Said if I'm going to get more stacked than what I am, I don't know. Listen. If you stacked young, my God, today, yeah. You're going to be a stacked grandma. My God, today. Yeah, that butt. Do you see her new butt? Oh, she don't play around. And she pops that thing on tour. It's not a game. It's not a game. I've heard about them. And now that you said that, I'm probably going to pick that up because I heard about them. No, they're saying that she been had that butt. She just covered it up all the time. But then when people started to notice it, she started to pull it out. And I absolutely think that's hers because the older she gets, the bigger that thing gets. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Lisa, put that thing away. Put it away, girl. JG said, I honestly think Nene missed the mark when she didn't bring on Jennifer Williams, the perfect sidekick. I think so too. Now she out there slumming it on Basketball Wives. Oh my God. I feel like the Housewives you don't age out of. Basketball Wives, you absolutely do. You absolutely do. No shade. Nobody wants to see like a 47-year-old fighting over a basketball player that never treated her right. Like, it's like, okay, we'll give you to maybe 28 to be dealing with this fool. 47, girl, stand up. It's like, y'all are just too old at this point. Like, come on. You still popping up courtside fighting side chicks? Let it go. He's been a rascal since college. You're still dealing with this? Get out of there. Deborah said, heavy on the black woman with lip fillers. I'm talking directly. Oh. It's like, Keisha, what are you doing? You look ridiculous. Oh my gosh. You look ridiculous. No, I'm literally about to get into it. I'm telling you, don't touch it until the auntie weight pop up. Don't do it. Don't do it. Jay said, why is Dennis always in the company of his baby mama haters? He really still hurt she got with Simon while he was playing in her face. Probably. I mean, she had to. Can you imagine the pastor's wife on basketball? That would have never worked. Anyway, let's get into Summer House. So recently, I came across a podcast. Oh shoot, I forgot the name, but it's going to be on the thing, so I'll talk about that when I play it. And it was an interview with Amir from Summer House. And remember, I said allegedly there is a rumor out there that he's going to leave Summer House if Natalie is not able to become a full-time cast member. And I said allegedly because I had heard about it on Twitter. I never saw it for myself. Well, that interview popped up on my feed. And here it is. Let's talk about it.
It depends on if we do get a reunion, if we're able to clear a lot of that air, because this vacation, if it's like a domino effect and the next domino is going to be bigger than season 2 was, I don't think we'll have an enjoyable vacation, and I don't think the dynamic of the house is going to be there to where, you know, I'm going to have a good time and my partner is going to have a good time, because at the end of the day, I want her to be there with me this time.
Right.
And that's how I know I'll have the most fun.
Yeah.
Just because like it's fun to party with your friends,
right?
But like real adult vacations, like everyone brings their significant others, no one bats an eye about it, and you have a great time.
Yes.
So if all of those things line up, absolutely, I would love to be back for a season 3. If they don't, then I've just got some heavy thinking, because like we talked about, I've got to make sure that if this does end one day, that I'm good, and that the family that I'm planning on having one day is going to be taking care of it.
Positively Uncensored. Yes, Positively Uncensored. That is the podcast. Extremely delusional. Extremely delusional. I'm just like, I don't know what is going on in the world with people at this moment, because I feel like there are so many people who are just out of touch with reality, right? Because I cannot believe that Amir sat there on that podcast and was just like, if his girlfriend cannot be a full-time cast member, he doesn't know if he's going to come back to the show. You think you got a choice? Like, that's so crazy, because it wasn't even, oh, I'm just going to leave. It was pulling a card of, well, if she can't come, then, you know, then they probably won't get me. Okay. They'll find somebody else. Like, it's crazy to me. It's like, you're not Tom Cruise. You don't have this career where you have a fan base yet to make these kinds of decisions. And it's just so weird how there are so many like reality TV stars who are delusional. This is complete delusion. I was watching that podcast in shock. Like, are you saying this is a second season? We're not even finished the second season of a TV show that no shade, no fault of your own, is not doing the numbers that it should. It's not even right now in the consideration for renewal, because the viewership is so low. They're literally holding out your reunion, your renewal, to see how the reunion plays out. And you're over here saying, well, if Natalie can't, you know, if she can't come up there with me, then I don't know what I'm going to do. You think you got cards to play? That's so crazy. That's so crazy that you feel like you have all of this. Now, if you feel that and you believe that and you know that, my question then would be, how do you have this feeling that you have all of this pull where you can make these decisions? What? Never mind. I was going to say, what have you done? But I'm just saying, what makes you feel like you can do that? Who or what makes you feel like you can have this back and forth with the network over your contract? you can tell them, you can pull this card and say, oh, I'm not going to come if my woman can't come. And they're going to say, oh, hold on, Amir. Oh, don't you dare do it. You put us in a bind. You can bring your conquistador to the show. What kind of delusion is that? And I'm not asking in a way of what kind of delusion is that trying to tear you down. I'm asking because I want some. I need that delusion. I think I would be so much farther in my life if I had this kind of delusion. I'm too much of a damn realist, and that holds me back. I need to be Delulu like Amir, because this is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. He says on a show, adios míos. Y'all forget how y'all pitch these shows to us on a show about Black excellence. on a show that is supposed to show the audience, show and teach, because they have teachable moments in the show as well, about Black American culture and Martha's Vineyard. Why is Martha's Vineyard so important? Because it was a place for Black Americans to go and vacation safely because they couldn't go anywhere else. The Hamptons wasn't open to us, so Martha's Vineyard was created. That is the show. Y'all want to bring all these damn white people to this show because y'all laying up with them in your regular lives. No shade, do what you want to do. Love is love. But that's not the name of this show. That's not what this show is about. So if you cannot bring your conquistador to the show, you're going to leave. Play them cards. I want you, Mr. Delulu, to play them cards, and let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen? They're going to bring some fine dark chocolate Q to this damn show that's going to make everybody go crazy. When that chocolate man hop out of that pool, oiled up and watered down, the views is going to go through the roof, and nobody will be checking for you. Nobody will be talking about Amir. Everybody's talking about the Q dog Hassan. Y'all are crazy. That's so crazy to me. That's so crazy to me. Do you not know that the term everyone is replaceable was popularized in Hollywood? The industry that literally replaces actors while a season is playing and act like the audience don't know that something has changed. That's so crazy. Please play them cards. I want you to play them cards because I want you and that conquistador gone, because y'all have brought an anti-Black energy to this show that we do not need. We already got Shanice. We don't need to be dealing with you and that conquistador as well. It's too much. It's too much. That's all I have to say about Mr. Delulu. What do you guys have to say? Also, before we even get into that, yes, people who have partners do bring their partners on friends' vacations. But a lot of times that really doesn't happen. There are some vacations where it's just the friends. No shade. Some of your partners be Debbie Downers. I'm not paying to split a cabin with your depressive girlfriend. Every night she's having a breakdown. I don't feel like that on vacation. So we have to talk about what's happening here. Because if I'm putting my money in to split this cabin, I want to have a good time. I want to have a good time. And if you and that heifer are going to be fighting, she can't come. And if she can't come, then you can't come. Oh, well, I'll put a little bit more in. I want to have a good time. So that's just not realistic all the time anyway, because there are some people's partners who do not mesh with their friends group. And that's just a reality. He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. And see, this is what happens when you don't check them. What's the name? Because I don't want to be mean. Them disconnected Blacks. When y'all don't check them, they come in and they do changing stuff, moving stuff around, changing the atmosphere. No. When you come to the cookout, you sit in the back and all you got to do is bring some damn plates. That's what you do. You sit in the back and maybe we'll let you do the electric slide and give you a rib or two. But until then, do not speak until spoken to. That's what needs to start happening. OMG. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't think she's very hard. I think I personally, I wish she would have not have done some things, but the industry that we're in, that she's in, I can understand why. You know, it happens, but oh my God, I don't think she's very hard. Kayla said, family, didn't he start dating her? Like, what is going on? Have you told Natalie? Is Natalie aware that y'all are building a life together? Child, please. She used you to get on this show. Like just a few months. He was single. Remember, he was trying to get with Jordan. So I'm so I'm so weirded out by where he's at. Jasmine91 said it also looks like Amir and Bria got into it the next episode. So I wouldn't be surprised if Amir is looking for a way out. I think also what we're going to see at the season finale and at the reunion is going to be heavily getting Natalie and Amir together. So I think he was also saying that in defense of his girl, being like, well, basically because of the way that she was treated, trying to pull a card of, well, I'm not going to come back if they're able to treat my girl like that or something like that. And also I think it's because Natalie is trying to get on the show. So she's in his head, making him feel a certain way about, coming back on the show. And it's like, well, I want to be there and I want to be there with you. And that's realistic. But I'm just like, how do you have all this time? Aren't you like this big real estate agent and you're teaching him and bringing him on your team? How do you have so much time available? Now you want to be able, now you have 2 weeks off to film a TV show? I thought you were the big dog in this relationship. Like, what is going on? It's giving, they're both trying to be reality TV stars. And she found a mule who's going to take her straight to the top. But this mule is delusional and thinks he has a lot more power and pull than he does. Me too. He has a nasty personality, and we are going to see it this Sunday. We are going to see it this Sunday. We saw it a bit with Mariah, but we're going to see it this Sunday. And it only shows up with Black women. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Even if it's Bria, it's nasty work. It's nasty work. I liked him before. I enjoyed him before. The biracial himbo, when he was just this doughy-eyed biracial, who I don't know what it is to be a Negra. Do you think you could teach me? I was a little annoyed, but I prefer that character over this one. I prefer that character over this one. What's cornbread? I have no idea what that is. Can you teach me how to make a green, please? Okay. It's a little annoying, but it's a lot better than this dude that pops off only at Black women. Not when Nick in a cardigan is holding back his rage. You can't find it in yourself to figure out a way to speak to a Black woman with respect. You can't find it because you don't have it. Get Drake off my show. Jade said he really has gotten big-headed. You are necessary, sir. Nor is the messy white Latina that you have to remind you of Dave. I can't believe she had to tell him to bathe and he's Mr. Clean. I'm just going to take that as him being drunk. The Internet H said Amir really think he's going to end up with that woman. If he's not back on the show. Kayla said family. Oh yeah, I got that one. JG said I seen the reunion looks and they all looked a fool besides Alex. I believe is his name. I hope his delusion and her messiness is addressed. I hope so too. I am going to look at the reunion looks when I get off of here. And I'm also going to watch Preston's interview with Carlos King. And we're going to talk about it on Monday because I want to talk about that all Summer House on Monday. Just in general, I'm like, I cannot believe you're talking like this. That's who talks like this on season 2. Are you kidding? Crazy. Because that's his reality. He is a phenotypically Black man in an all-white space. So for him, that makes sense because he's comfortable around white people. So for him, that makes sense. He doesn't understand that other Black people have a totally different experience. He ran that house like a tight ship. Nobody knew that he was the glue until he got, I keep on saying deported. I'm thinking of Joe Giudice. What is it? Deployed. Blue Jay said, girl, that is a lot to put on the line for a partner who may or may not be there. I don't think he should have his fun and going about family, have discussed with your partner about a plan. Again, does Natalie know this? Does Natalie know? CM said, again, I asked, where are the other Black Bravo Labs hyping up Summer House besides Candace? They probably don't watch it. They probably don't watch it. There's a lot of people just like, oh, I just got into this show. This show has not been advertised very well, if we're keeping it buck. It has not been advertised. The only time I see them start to advertise about this show is when the stuff concerning Nick, I start seeing those clips, but you don't see anything else. There was no fan fodder over this. They don't put money into it. They do not put money into it. Absolutely. That's where they need to go, because I feel like him and Miss Conquistador is pulling all this stuff because it's with a Black cast. I'm telling you right now, Amir on White Summer House would not be popping off and talking to people like that. You won't even know he's there. You won't even know he's there. But he feels like he can turn up in a Black space. I wonder why. Sasha said he can go. He made no impact. He's sneaky, but also self-sabotages. I agree. His microaggressions are blatant. I agree. This is his first little girlfriend, and he is talking as if he has been with Natalie for 10 years. Bye, Amir. Absolutely, Sebastian. Thank you so much for another super chat. Sebastian said, all that Andy cheek kissing has Amir feeling grand. You can feel grand, but not secure. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Jade said Amir probably wishes Shots of Sunset was still on. I think he would have a worse time. Mike would bully him for being half Black, while the rest ostracize him. Only Gigi will use him to verify her box braids. Absolutely. Absolutely. NC said Amir is a clown. The entitlement and superiority complex is ludicrous. He really thought he was up there with the Bravo greats making his demands. He thought he was Nene, LVP, or Teresa. I just feel like I think you can absolutely make demands, but you have to first show that there's a reason for you to be able to make those demands. I feel like right now the Summer House cast, they're getting paid what they should be getting paid. And they're where they're at right now. I don't think that they're in the place to ask for anything. Not when your show is fleeting like this. Like, you are just not in that space. You accepted what you accepted, right? Now you have to show that you're worth more. We aren't seeing it. Y'all aren't online. Y'all don't interact with the fans until the show is airing. Leading up to that, y'all need to be doing work. I feel like the person who's doing the most work is Preston, but Preston was doing the work that he's doing now before the show. So it's like y'all are not putting in the work to even get to this point to be like, I want more. Why? And I hate to say that. I absolutely hate to say that, because I think that entertainers, especially reality people, are severely underpaid. But talking like this and your season isn't even finished when y'all have had some of the lowest ratings next to Watch What Happens Live, diabolical. Diabolical. All Natural said, me and my girlfriends travel every spring without our significant others, and they are the ones paying for the trip most of the time. Period. Donna said, I don't know what this show is, but that smug half smile tells me all I need to know about him. He was so harmless season 1. He lost his damn mind. He has lost his damn mind. Sasha said, also, Amir's from Austin. That city lacks season and diversity. Without a doubt, I know he has a white friends group. Oh, yeah. Have y'all not seen pictures of him? I think even in the season, they were showing his friends group. We know what we're dealing with him. That's why as soon as the microaggression started, everybody said, absolutely not. We've been watching you. We wanted to be wrong, but we've been watching you. Not on this show. Kayla said, my question is, what conversation was Amir in with the network and producers of the original Summer House that he has him thinking he has pull? Maybe they give him other treatment that led to the Delulu. I honestly think it's his flirting with Andy. I honestly think it's that. He thinks that he's special. And I'm just like, Andy's a network exec. They talk to everybody like that. Everybody thinks they're special, and he probably hates all of y'all. See, I didn't see that interview. I did hear. I didn't hear. I read some things on Twitter, and a lot of you were not happy with him. Oh, Preston, are you falling from grace? AV Bro said, hi there. I'm here for Joan. Excited for her. Anybody else? Also, who's Clay? Oh, you don't need to know. He's a mess. But Joan, very excited for Joan. Molly said, so he'd rather lose his easy bag. Like this, I'm telling you guys, reality TV can be so easy if you know how to work it. The Summer House is such an easy freaking job. A 2-week vacation. All you have to do is party and maybe shade a cast member, maybe shade 1 or 2 cast members. It's such an easy freaking job, and they are blowing a bag. The problem is not everybody is ready for opportunity, and I feel like a lot of them are not ready for this opportunity. Just unfortunate. I hate to see this show go, but this cast needs training immediately. Dowface2905 said Bravo sent the Vanderpump Rules kids and the Southern Charm stars to OG Summer House when it first started for PR. They should have Candy's daughter and Karen's daughter, Raven. Candy's daughter? No. Now, maybe Raven, but not Candy's daughter. Here's why. She's too big of a celebrity. Too big of a celebrity. Nah. I would never put her in that fire. Raven would do better because she's just not big like that. Like Candy's like a legitimate celebrity. Raven would be better because she's older. Her mom is not that famous. And I think she fits the energy that Black Summer House tries to portray. Deborah said, I can kind of appreciate AMIR'S wanting her to eat too, but given the importance of Martha, I do not approve of this invasion. That's the thing. If it was white Summer House, I'd be fine. You know what I mean? They everybody's welcome over there. But y'all specifically made this show about Black middle-class people vacationing in Martha's Vineyard and what that means. Now you're inviting all of a sudden it's Black excellence and white partners. Absolutely not. Take that mess to the NFL. That's not what we're doing here. Thank you, Kirsten. Kirsten said Martha's Vineyard needs to pay their dues. OG Summer House is on their 8th season. They are on their 3rd. Absolutely. OG Summer House, they were in a shack. That first season, they were in a shack and they were making it work. They were having sex everywhere, pissing everywhere, fighting everywhere. They put in work. They need to do the same thing. It's season 2. Y'all have yet to hit 1 million views. And y'all are like, oh, we're not taking this. We're accepting this. If the network doesn't do this, we're saying no. Listen, I love the fact that y'all got balls. But they about to get bust. That sounded terrible, but I'm just like, let's wake up. Palaver Girl said, seriously, Amir is on season 1 acting like there are no Black people in Houston. He's a grown man. Doesn't need his Middle Eastern mama to teach him phony but food. Oh my gosh. We have strong feelings about Amir. Dowface says, Jasmine said they shot the show. They didn't know it was going to be a spinoff of Summer House. Oh, when they shot the show, they didn't know. Oh, okay. They probably told them it was Untitled. Chanel said it's very tone deaf to want his girlfriend to be there. I don't want Black people to be a shell of themselves to make a white person comfortable. They're already a very conscious group. I agree, Chanel. I want to get 2 more, and then we're going to get into that disaster of a man. Yeah, I also think she's far too young. For this show. Sasha said, there is simply not enough single men on this show. That's what is wreaking havoc on the show. I'm telling you, get a chocolate Q on that show. Let him start strolling during a dinner party. Let's go. Let's wake it up. Bring Mariah back. Phil cannot come into the house. He's violent. I hate to say it about a Black man. but he got a problem. Phil, you can come, you can hang out, but you cannot drink. You cannot drink. We got to mix this cast up. And I'm telling you, Amir, don't put yourself, I would never put myself on the chopping block, especially now. Getting the job out here is hard. It's hard. AV Bro said Riley, who just graduated from NYU, congrats. Yes, congrats. Baby is just of a whole nother level of celebrity and lifestyle. Sorry. Not on Candy, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Candy. Speak on it. Yeah, she's too big. She's too big of a celebrity. It just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. This show works best with unknowns. Teresa G said, I thought Natalie didn't like the vibe. You don't like the vibe. You're not comfortable with that. Still haven't broken down what that is. And you stayed in your room the whole time. You're not comfortable with the women on the show. So you literally want to come on a show with women you said you were not comfortable around to make them uncomfortable and then move and then make them so uncomfortable they decide to not come back to the show that they were picked and casted on before you came. It's giving colonizer. It's giving colonizer. Going to end with Paula Girl, and then we're going to get into Clay. Paula Girl said exactly, Nikki. All the white Bravo shows had at least 3 seasons before they brought in a diverse cast. We need 3 seasons of Summer House Martha Vineyard with an only main black cast, please. And I think you just need to stay that way. We do not need to mix it up. I think they have made Winter House the place where they mix up all of the shows. Then let's do that. Let's do like a mixture like that. But I think each show needs to stay with the crew that it is, because we want to be able to grow with you and bond, through as an audience, cast member kind of situation. And we cannot do that if y'all are constantly bringing in new people. I feel like Summer House this season, their problem is there were just far too many revolving doors. Like we had like a lot of parties, a lot of people coming in and coming out. And I'm just like, we still have not yet gotten to know you guys. Y'all moving too fast. Y'all are moving far too fast. Let us want to watch your journey. Let us like you. Amir didn't even let us like him. AV, I talked about Joan in the beginning. She's the first person that I talked about. So just rewind. Just rewind. All right, let's get into Clay. Let's get into it's so much. Oh my God. It's so much going on with Clay. So Clay from Love is Blind has a new love in his life, or had a new love in his life, and it was Miss Selena Powell. Now, let me tell you something. I knew nothing about her. Everything I learned about her, I learned due to Clay's mom. So Selena posted on her TikTok these 2 videos with Clay.
I'm not playing with you. I want my eggs cracked, meaning I want a child. I want my name dropped, meaning I want to be married. I'm not around with you.
Well, let's bring him out. Here's Eric Cartman.
Whatever.
So now for me, when I saw that, I did not know who this woman was, but from the looks of it, I was just like, oh, okay, these are reality TV stars trying to extend the 15 minutes. Listen, the Twitterverse, the TikTokverse, everybody went off about this relationship. Apparently, this woman is a sex worker who faked a pregnancy with some rapper who has just, has slept with like a lot of guys. She's done like a podcast about all the men in the industry that she has slept with, and she lies a lot. And, she just has a lot going on, right? So within a span of like a day, all of this stuff happened, right? So you see those two videos. Everybody is talking about this couple. Then Klay's mom writes on her Instagram this, on her Instagram story. She posts, "Happy New Day." First, because people were trying to reach her about what's going on with Klay. She said, "First, my number one rule for folks following me on social media, don't send me any inappropriate videos. I'm not going to call you out. However, you know who you are. Second, I didn't know who CP Selena Powell was until everyone started sending me her YouTube information. It's very interesting that some men will lose everything thinking that the apple is good, but it's a forbidden choice. Do better. The deceiver uses old tricks to attack and destroy." Clayton Alexander, come on. You know Jesus will allow things to occur. He's still trying to get your attention. Please surrender to him. In closing, I pray that everyone reading this gives the same attention to other things that matter, like helping support your local food banks and volunteer in your local communities. Tap link in bio. I pray that everyone has a wonderful day on purpose. Signed, Straight Shooter. Right? I will say this. I understand a parent like just being disgusted in their kids' choices, but I think to write about Jesus and, as a believer, writing about Jesus while also putting a vomit emoji next to a woman who your son is dating because you disapprove of her, it's kind of contradicting. To me, I was like, yeah, I don't know. It was just like, I get it. I respect his mom. I totally understand. But I was just like, you just should have left Christ out of that, because to me, that wasn't Christ-like. That's just me. That's just me, because you put a vomit emoji next to her and not your son who chose her, despite what she has done and has been open and honest about it. So, but we can move on. So right after that, Klay posts this. He reposts what his mother said, and he writes, "Heard you, Mom. My apologies." Then right after that, Selena posts this. And she says, this is her in front of the Jesus statue in Brazil. And she say, "Jesus loves you, Klay's mama." So taking a dig at his mom. Then right after that, she posted a video of, and said that it was towards his sister and his mom. And it was Tupac's song, the diss track to Biggie. First of all, F your mom and all, that diss where he's saying F everybody. So then she did that. Oh my God, there's so much. Then she posted this, because this was Klay. Klay took a picture with this woman a while ago. And she posted this clip came with the attached to it Trina's song "Single Again," and she says, "Someone tell that old lady what her son is really doing. Y'all leave me alone now." And then she posted this, "Tell her what this girl's profession is." And I didn't go looking for it, but people were saying that young lady is a sex worker as well. Then Klay posts point of view when she say she's your man, and this is that popular Vine video, "Why the F you lying?" Then Selena posts this, and it's a picture of AD. "God definitely saved you, sis. He's the problem." Most recently, I'm gonna get to that later, but then Klay's publicist posted this. From former publicist posted this. "From December 2023 to April 2024, I worked alongside Klay Gravensanze as his publicist. During our time together, Klay initially expressed desire to support and uplift Black women, especially in light of recent television appearances. As a Black woman, I was equally committed to showcasing positive representation of Black relationships in media. During our previous partnership, we secured meaningful opportunities for Klay to share his perspective on various platforms, including TV shows, radio programs, and podcasts. We also worked on brand partnerships, such as a Mother's Day campaign that aligned with his message." with this message. I am grateful to the media outlets and partners who provided a platform for Clay to share his story during my tenure as his publicist. However, I want to clarify that my professional agreement with Clay concluded in April 2024, and I do not have any current insights into his personal life. As a communications professional, my focus remains on growing my Black woman-owned agency and amplifying positive narratives. I kindly request that any further inquiries regarding Clay's personal life is directed to his current representation. Thank you for understanding and supporting me, Jalen McKee. Now, Jalen wrote that because she was saying that she was constantly getting tagged, and people were just saying, like, this is who you represent, and you have a Black woman-owned agency. Why would you represent somebody like this? And she responded with that. Now, I get both sides, right? Because at the end of the day, for Jalen, this is work, right? But then when you're leading out saying that you want positive images of Black people, Black families, and you looking out for Black women and, Black empowerment and Black woman this and Black sisterhood that, but then you go and represent somebody who was a terror to a Black woman on a TV show. Like, if you wanted to showcase Black women in a good light, why not ask AD to be your client? Why Clay, right? So when you look at the industry perspective of that, of course you're going to go with Clay because everybody's talking about him, good or bad. So it's a good thing to attach yourself to somebody like that who's not necessarily positively flying high, but flying high in the industry. Because at the end of the day, any publicity, especially bad publicity, is good publicity. So I get business-wise her linking up with Clay. I just think the Black woman talk, it just wasn't necessary. But I think she felt like she had to say that because of her agency and how she presents herself and presents her agency. The thing about that is you're going to constantly, because you brought that up, you're going to constantly be measured against that. So the decisions that you make, people are going to be like, well, I thought this is an agency for Black women where Black women are safe and protected. Why are you representing this person? Why are you telling this person to do that? And then you have Selena saying that, the publicist was instructing him on how to pander to Black women, which I absolutely believe. Publicist Nikki even said something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what I get. I just felt like for her, it would have been safer for her to stay out of that space. But, she's in it now. So get ready for everything you do to be measured by that. So then right after she posted that, it's so much. Do I have it here? Trying to see if I have it loaded. That's from Clay. I don't think I have it loaded, but I have it in my camera. Selena then reposted what Jalen posted, and she said, "Hey babe, are you the same pro-Black woman publicist that told Clay in a fake cry to gain sympathy at the reunion and say that AD was the love of his life, knowing damn well he didn't even like her and went on the show in hopes to quit his day job and proposed only because Netflix offered him $16K. Are you the same publicist? I need to know by 12 p.m. tomorrow sharp." When I read this, that's when I changed the time of my live, because I at least wanted to be here to, see what was happening by the time, it was time for me to do this live. So that I absolutely believe. I will say this. I think that because Selena is a woman scorned, I think she's airing it all out, and I think she's absolutely telling the truth. We all talked about how we did not think that Clay was attracted to AD's face or skin color, right? Or features. He was absolutely attracted to her behind. He was absolutely attracted to her sexually. That's why whenever he talked about her, when he first met her, he did not say anything until she turned around. Until he saw the crack of her behind, that is when he found her attractive. And anytime he talked to her with his friends, talked about her with his friends, he just talked about having sex with her. There was nothing positive that he would say about AD. It was all about sex with her, which is even more sinister, right? Because you did not want her, you did not want to be with her. You still said yes to the process to advertise your business. That's one thing, but to engage in not only sexual activities with this woman, but also play house with her, knowing that you had no intentions of ever being with her and only went through the marriage process because Netflix paid you $16K. Garbage. And I absolutely believe that Netflix paid him to continue the process because this was one of the leading stories on this on his season. So they knew what they had and they needed him to continue the process and get to the altar. So because it would not have been that crazy of a season had he left the process early. But I believe everything that Selena is saying right here. So then after that, we got all the pieces together. Selena, what I was just looking at, Selena posted this. These are conversations with her and Clay. This is her text messages from Clay. Clay says, but you want me to believe you being loyal. Oh, this is from Selena. But you want me to believe you're being loyal, Clayton, and find someone else. LOL. Now you're ignoring my calls. Really, you don't get tired of this S. And he says, baby, my texting may be slow. I'm at this restaurant with my sis and forgot to bring my mobile charger. I'm driving the boat back. And that's a 30-minute ride on top of us waiting for our food. Also, when I'm home, oh, he's so good at this. This is not his first rodeo. Also, learn from his daddy. Also, when I'm home, my sister will be editing videos for a few brands. So I'll text you when I'm home to give you an update. She says, thank you for updating me, daddy. I had hella little errands to do, plus clean the whole house. So I'ma just nap while you're busy. Call or text you when you're done. He says, hey, I just finished up. I'm about to get some dinner with my sister. What are you up to? The next thing that she posts, wait, I want to make sure. And she says, sometime someone cue the violins. Then on the next post, she writes, let's wrap this up. He just scared because y'all are bullying him. Don't backtrack now, baby. I ain't the one or the two. Tell the world how you took. Wait a minute, because I'm about to fall into my screen. Tell the world how you took my phone and was telling Jadakiss how you don't even like black females. Believe it. I was upset because a pretty female was trying to talk to him at Publix, and I was telling my friend about it. You will never see this man in a relationship with a black female. Clay, you use AD. I was your karma. Eat up, baby. And the text messages says, you played in my face like you weren't talking or effing anybody. He says, I don't talk to anyone. She says, yeah. And your follows like you're so effing whack. He says, that's on God. Talking in the DMs isn't dating anyone. I ain't seen nobody. You, on the other hand, Lord knows what you be doing. That's why you be clocking me, because you're probably doing something. I'd be chilling and working. You be outside and then blame me for the S you do. Your loyalty is weak. You felt some type of way after 1 week and ready to end S. You aren't realistic, but I'm the bad guy. Now that we got that out the way, I got to go back to her Instagram just to see if she posted anything else, because this girl is quick and messy. Quick and messy. Let's see if she posted anything else. Let's see. Oh, she got a picture laid up with Clay saying, ain't this him? Oh my gosh, she's so messy. Woo! Woo! Wait, my damn light. Ciao. Let me tell you something. I believe everything this girl is saying. Because the reason why I believe it is because we all knew it. We all knew it. We all felt it. Like, we know, especially us, we know when somebody's anti-black. We know when somebody's anti-black. We know black women. We know when a black man is not into black women and does not date black women. We don't see it as a bad thing or anything like that. We know that that's like the worst of our community. We love when the trash takes itself out. So it's not like a bad thing. But we know, right? So when I saw this, I immediately thought, oh, this is a publicity stunt to reality TV stars trying to, get their name out there and, extend their 15 minutes. I still think it's the same thing. I still think that they're both clout chasers. And I think that they were both, using this relationship to go the distance, right? Within their careers. Because, you know, Clay is not trying to, you know, go to like some kind of 9-to-5 job, right? Even with the boat situation, I think he does want to make that a big thing, but I think he would much rather be a reality TV star. At the end of the day, it's a fun life. You know what I mean? Like, I say this as an actress. When I was on set, it felt good. It felt good. It could be very addictive. So I get not wanting to leave something like that. But when you're a reality TV star, you gotta dig in the mud to find something to stay relevant. So this, for the both of them, is a way for them to stay relevant, because, you know, Selena, as somebody who is a celebrity sex worker, this keeps her in, you know, at least in the eye of celebrity, you know, because from what I've read up on her, she kind of burnt a few bridges by telling, you know, business. And that's one thing you don't do when you sleep with these men, is tell their business. So she probably burnt her bridges in some places, but now she has life again with this relationship. And now Clay, who wasn't in our faces anymore, and he died out slowly, is now back again. So I think in the beginning, this is how they both thought that it would work out. Clay's mom came in and changed the freaking game. It's unfortunate that Clay is repeating a cycle, but we all knew this, right? Especially when he protected his father. He would say his father did the worst things to his mother, and then say, but my dad was a great dad. How in the hell is he a great dad when he is taking you on trips? And the only reason why he's taking you on trips is to deceive your mother, so she will not think that he was sleeping with other women. How was he a good father? He did not bring you because he wanted to be with you. He brought you because it was easier to lie with you in his presence. If he was by himself, she would have thought something, but he's bringing his son. He could never do something like that, and he still did it. How is he a good father? It's because he sees some things in him that he does not think is wrong. And he says it, right? And he admits it. But the thing about it is, he tried to play in people's faces like he had an issue and that he was going to get help for it. He doesn't want to get help for it. This is who he wants to be. He idolizes his father. He idolizes him. So he'll say the right things, right? Be like, what he did was wrong and I don't want to be anything like him. But it's a bold-faced lie. He absolutely wants to be, and he's thinking he's going to have a different outcome. That he's going to be like his dad, but he's going to be an even better father. And he'll settle down. That's what they all do. We'll do all this, and then we'll settle down with one good woman, and we'll be great dads. You absolutely will not. Because you do not see women as valuable partners in any race, right? So the whole, I don't date Black women, I like this kind of woman, you're not treating her any better. The women that get with those men, they don't get better men. They don't treat them any better. They're worse, if not, because they think because they're looking at how the men of their community treat them. That's what they want. That is a big issue with Black men who do not date Black women, right? Their issue is that they cannot treat Black women how other men in their culture treat their women, specifically white men who they aspire to be. So their thing is, well, my coworker, Jim Bob, he beat his wife and she stayed. Why can't you? Like, that is the thing. Like, they don't think that those women are better in that. They think that those women are better in taking the garbage of men and staying. So they're not getting a prize. Those women are actually getting the worst men from our community, right? But they link up with women who think that they're better and down Black women. Because Selena's not exempt from this, right? Because she's saying all this stuff that Clay said, how he doesn't date Black women. He didn't want to be with AD, and he saw, and you were in Publix with him and saw a beautiful Black woman. And you were wondering why he didn't want to talk to her. And he told you all those things, and you still stayed. So don't try to come to Black women, right? And have us defend and fight for you when you and him agreed until y'all fell out. Y'all had an agreement about Black women. That was how y'all bonded, hating us. Now that it's not working out with you, Now you want to say, oh, AD, you dodged a bullet, sis. Don't sis her. Because you wasn't sissing her when you were sitting up there with Clay down in Black Women. Because that is how y'all bond. You're not going to tell me that that man sit and said that all of those things, negative things about Black women, and you didn't agree. Oh, y'all had a good kiki about our hair texture. Y'all had a good little Black woman mannerism session. Y'all absolutely did. So you're not exempt from that as well. You both got what you deserve. You both got what you deserve. And that's the thing. When I saw this thing with Clay, I said, that's going to be his lesson. And when she wrote that she's his karma, absolutely. She's going to be his biggest lesson. I don't know if he's going to learn anything, but she's going to be his biggest lesson. And you know what? Well deserved. Because everybody was trying to protect this man, even people who didn't know him, even that publicist. Try to save this Black man, ran right past the Black woman, ran right to him to try to save him. Mama tried to save him. Everybody in his community tried to save him because everybody sees the road that he's going down. But what people are forgetting is that he wants to live that life. He does not think that what his dad did was wrong. He just says it because he knows that's the right thing. And that's what a master manipulator does, right? He doesn't believe that what his dad did was wrong. He thinks his mama should look the other way, because she's with an alpha man. So she should have accepted that. He does not think it was wrong, but he knows it's wrong to say that he didn't. So he'll say the right things, but that is who he wants to be. He doesn't think that his father has a bad life. That is his desire, and that is what he will end up having if he doesn't change. And why would he? Why would he? There's always going to be a woman that will sit and lie with him and be okay with how terrible he is to other women, just as long as it doesn't happen to her. And then when he turns out to be just as terrible, all of a sudden, you want to come back to your sisters and ask them to fight for you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no need or reason for him to change, because he will always be protected by his community. That's all I wanted to say about Clay. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. That's Amir. Donna says Clay just hates Black women. He proved it on the show with AD and his mom. He used both of them. I think it's just women. If we're going to keep it buck, he ain't treat that preference no better. He ain't treat that preference no better. Told that preference he loved her, and then went out to the Cayman Islands and was banging a porn star. Like, it's a women. Those red pill alpha male guys all think the same way. They do not like women. They like having sex with women, but they do not like anything else about them. Let me see. Oh God, he has a podcast. I'm on Clay's page. He has a podcast. We'll never be free. Oh. JG said clearly he was raised right, but also takes no precautions to not embarrass his mother from the show till now. Let's not forget how he exploited Black women via press tour, his PR agent, and the fake therapy. Guys, remember on the show, I was like, when I did the review for the reunion, I was like, what is wrong with it? Like, something is off with him. He was like staring, like something was off with him. And I think it was the fact that he was lying through his teeth. And just his body was like rejecting the things that he was saying. He looked so weird at that reunion. So weird. Some people said she banged Snoop Dogg and exposed him so bad he lied and said he was interviewing for a show he was doing. What? Oh my goodness. Jay said Clay is a disgusting human, but sooner his mother can accept that he doesn't respect or value her and glorifies his father for playing. Yep. And saying no consequences, she'll heal. He's his daddy's son, period. He's his daddy's son. Missy said, "Oh, I thought they were on the same show. I only know who Clay is from watching reviews." Yeah, I didn't know who this girl was, but everybody had an opinion about her child. I'm like, the way they were talking about her, I'm just like, okay, but the men approached her. Like, I get that you're like, oh my goodness, she's ruining homes, but I don't think she's ruining anybody's homes. The men are ruining their homes, right? The men in relationships are seeking her for sex. Why she got to be quiet about it? We've always talked about that, and I've always said, guys, the two communities that could end the globe in 2 seconds: sex workers and the LGBTQ community. My God, today, the sex workers and the LGBTQ community, the secrets they hold, the way they protect these people, this world would never recover. Please start talking. Oh, Hit Him Up. Yes, that was the diss song that she was singing to Clay and his mama. The NNH say he's staying embarrassing his mama. Poor thing. Poor thing. 2 men in her life, the two like closest men to her in her life, just harm her daily. She does not deserve this. Clay, Donna said Clay just hates black women. Oh, we got that one. Oh, JG said, and please keep in mind, people dragged his publicist like crazy on Twitter during his PR run. She was defending him like crazy just to also be made a fool of, similar to his mom. Black women are mules to him. Absolutely. Absolutely. JG said she responded because she came so crazy. Oh, I didn't know that. And posting all of his interviews and taking old pics of him. Yeah, it was, I think they mutually got something from each other. He got protection from her, and she was able to go in places she probably was never able to go to. I think he was probably one of her biggest clients. So, the black woman stuff she was throwing in there, I'm so sick of people playing in my community space, right? Black people who are just capitalists, right? Black people who use every and anybody as stepping stones to get ahead. All of a sudden, when they're in harm's way, you call on the Black community, specifically Black women, because you know how we are. We're uplifting and comforting everybody. And it's manipulation. It's manipulation. It's manipulation. The NNH said, I'm just glad AD is far away from this mess, smiling and happy and thriving, and looks like she is doing her influencer thing. Good for her. Yeah, she's going to do well. You know what? Have you guys ever dated somebody who was just a mess, right? And then you finally wake up and you are thriving and living your best life. And then out of nowhere, Facebook or a mutual friend updates you and their life is in shambles. I know AD got her phone and she like, I told you that was God's protection. Don't cry over him. He protected you. I feel like they were together 48 hours. That relationship came and went so quick. Oh, he does. That's all he's doing, but he's doing it so poorly. I don't think he has a publicist anymore. Because this is so poorly planned out. Right? Because now I'm mad at Jadakiss. Well, what did you say to Clay, Jadakiss? Brittany said, I need people to keep Black women out of their mouth and off their mind, always bringing us up. Yeah, because to be honest with you, everybody sees us as a mule and a mammy. But they're going to learn to respect us. They going to learn to respect us. He was lying. We all knew he was lying about therapy and having 2 therapists. Liar. Hey, Janelle. Janelle said, I wonder if the woman that Clay, Philander and Daddy was cheating with. Ciao. Ciao. Hey, Asia. Asia said, I'm tired of men not liking Black women constantly being a topic of discussion because it is a way to get us in line, right? The men in our community, specifically Black American, I just say that just because I don't know about any other community, but we are, I said it before, out learning and out earning our men, right? So men historically have been able, especially in America, have been able to hold women hostage in relationships because of money. Women, like our grandmothers, were not allowed to work, get education, um, um, get a bank account, get a credit card, any of those things without having a husband, right? Or without having a man co-sign it for them. The only reason why women were allowed in the workforce is because of war. Men were going off to war and dying. Some were never coming back home. And with them being drafted to war, there became a lot of vacancies. And those job vacancies needed somebody to fill them, and it had to be women. So women who were homemakers were now becoming providers, right? And so what that meant was that she was not only have her own job, she was also having her own money. So she was becoming the decision maker and making decisions. And a lot of times when the men came back home, it wasn't the same relationship, right? But they weren't able to get out of those marriages legally because the United States had had women in women still in these 360 deals with their husbands. So later on, my mother's generation, Gen X, Gen Z, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, these women are now in a place where they are realizing how damaging marriage is, right? Specifically Black women, because we've always had to work. We've never been able to have that financial independence. Now we have that financial independence along with the education, along with the good job. So you have to have something now to interest a Black woman. You can't just say I'm a man and you're gonna die alone. It's like, okay, well, at least I'll be in my condo with my really great job in my community. And like, it doesn't work anymore. So you can't just say, you can't come to me like you are the prize. Those things don't work anymore. And you can't hold me hostage with provision. So they can't hold you hostage with the things that worked for the men that they idolize, right? So now they have to be interesting. They have to be clean. They have to be kind. You don't have to provide for everything, but you have to bring something financially to the table because I'm not taking care of the both of us. And a lot of them do not have it. They don't have the finances. They don't have the education. All they have is a limp penis, right? So they don't have much to offer. A limp penis that stinks. So they don't have much to offer. So instead of just bettering themselves, it now becomes, oh, well, I didn't want you anyway because white women are the standard, and using the woman of our oppressor as a way to take a dig at us and knock us down and make us feel less than, right? And a lot of Black women are eating that up. A lot of Black women are like falling apart because this Black man is saying that they are preferring Black women, white women, or non-Black women, not knowing that it's because he can't catch you. And he wants to catch you and cage you. And because he knows that he cannot do that, he has to tear you down to size. And on the other side of that coin, it's not that he thinks that those women are better. He thinks that those women are more oppressive because he's watching how his oppressor treats that woman and thinking that he can do the same thing. But what he doesn't realize is when he gets into that relationship with that woman, she realizes that she's white. So he gets into the relationship thinking that she's going to submit to him. And she says, oh, no, Negro, I'm white. You're going to submit to me. And then when that happens, then he realized he can't be the alpha in that relationship. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, him and his milk of magnesia breaks up. Happens all the time. They are the worst coupling. They divorce all of the time. Out of any other interracial coupling, Black men and white women just do not work out. Then you have to go to, if it's not white women, it's non-Black women, right? And it's women of Asian descent, women of white Latino descent or something like that, right? And they go to those women because they are looking at those women as like passport bros, right? Even if they're American, it's giving passport bro. And they are watching how the women are submissive to the men in those communities and not realizing that those women submit to men who have coin. Those women to submit to men who actually take care of their home because that is within their culture. So they go run into those women, and that doesn't work out because they have to have a certain kind of standard to even be able to approach her and go to the family and say, this is who I want to be with. So it's not working over there, right? It's not working with Milk of Magnesia. Now he's single, miserable, got no side teeth, and he's sitting on a podcast talking about how Black women are not good enough, only to die on top of a sex worker at not even 60. Those men are not worth the drama. Don't think about it. Don't deal with it. We all know who these demons are. They're the trash of our community. Your dark skin, your features, just being a Black woman alone is God's protection. Take it as a blessing. It is. Asia said, constantly being bombarded with that message is harmful. This is especially true for younger Black girls. But I hope that we tell them the truth, so that they don't even bother with that. For me, I found that out really young, because, I think we talked about this before. That's why I was just like, I understand like first gen being mad at African Booty Scratcher. Let's talk about this, right? If you were dark skinned in school in America, you got called African Booty Scratcher. Here is why. Don't Be a Menace to South Central in the Hood was a very popular movie. And they talked about one of the Black characters like that, calling him African Booty Scratcher. The next day in school, every day, everybody who was dark and different was an African Booty Scratcher, right? I think I got called that once and I beat the person up. And everybody in the school watched me beat the person up. And I never got called that again, right? But there was one boy that I used to fight all the time. And he gave me a run for my money. You know what I mean? Like me and him would be getting it in. The other boys I beat up, they left me alone. This one never left me alone. He used to call me Miss Blackface, all kinds of things, especially when my mom would like put it, when it was cold in Philly, she would put like Vaseline on my face. And then he would call me Miss Black Shiny Face. And he would just go after me. And I was witty, right? But I know how lethal this tongue was. I know, right? Until him. So people would come for me and I would just fight. Right. I wouldn't use my words. But then the second time that I got suspended, my mom was like, you want to figure something out because I'm not coming down to the school and I'm not staying home with you. I got a job. So you better figure it out, because if I got to come down to that school again, you're going to have a problem with me. And I don't play with Miss Melanie. Right. So I got my mind together and I stopped fighting people. Now, with me stopping fighting, I had to find another way to get back at these people because they wanted to make fun of me. Right. Because my dad was on drugs. I was living in the hood. Everybody has something to say, right? So I was also new to the school. So I had to find another way. New to the school, getting suspended twice. Next thing was expulsion. Miss McCarthy was just like, I love Nikki, but the next time she gets suspended, we got to expel her. That didn't happen. I was able to graduate. Anyway, so me and him would go back and forth and back and forth. I couldn't fight him anymore. So one time we're in the schoolyard. African Booty Scratcher, Miss Dark, Miss Blackface, Miss Shiny Blackface, all of these things. And I never will forget this. He's calling me all this stuff. And he says something about how me being dark, how it was like a bad thing. That's all I remember. I don't remember what he said. I don't know if it was like Miss Blackface or something like that. And all I did was say to him, you're blacker than me. When I tell you his eyes got big, the whole schoolyard was like, running. Everybody's going crazy. And I literally watched that boy die inside. And that's when it hit me. He felt that way about himself. Because when I showed him the mirror, fell apart. He never messed with me again. He didn't even talk to me. He wouldn't even look at me. Me and this boy used to fight fist to face almost every day in school. I said that one thing, cut him down to size. Handsome young man, but a dark-skinned young man. Not only was he dark, he was also parents of, I think he's either Jamaican or Sudanese immigrants. But just gorgeous. But I grew up in a Black love home, so I didn't know being dark was a problem until I got to college. So I was out the loop. I was out of the loop, right? So it was never a problem for me, but I just felt like he was just picking on something about me, not that he was picking on that about me because people thought that something was wrong with me because of the color of my skin. So when I said that to him, my God, today, everything changed. He never bothered me. I would be walking down the hallway. He would turn around and go the other way. I actually felt bad. The dude was picking on, bullying me. And I felt bad because of how his demeanor changed. And that's when I realized it's not you. It's not me. It's you. He has a problem with what he looks like. He hates what he sees. And that's the last thing you need to be with as a Black woman. A self-hating Black man. A Black man that wakes up and goes to the bathroom and looks in the mirror and starts beating at his skin because he's dark. That Negro is nuts. Get away from him. Get away from him. That is the last thing you need. Them mofos that say they prefer anything but a Black woman, God's protection. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. You are not being rejected. You are being protected. That man is unwell. That man is unwell. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with him. It'd be the most beautiful dark-skinned Black man. Hate their skin. Remember talking about this with Matthew Knowles. He wrote in his book about how much he hated his dark skin. That's why he got with Beyonce's mom, because he thought that she was a white woman. All because he hated his skin. And he said a lot of the majority of Black men, dark-skinned Black men, hate their skin color. We hate being Black. And we're dealing with this. Pray for that brother and send him on. Pray for that brother and send him on. That's what we got to tell them young girls. That's God's protection. That's God's protection. Show that fool the mirror and he'll leave you alone. He'll leave you alone. The same Black men. And they do them dirty, because this is the thing. Some of the preferences think that because they prefer them because of what they look like, that they'll treat them better. No, mama, he's actually going to treat you worse because he's treating you in a way that he thinks the men in your community feel about you. He's seeing that white boy do everything to you, and he's just like, that's the kind of woman that I want, right? But he doesn't know that you're accepting that behavior because he's white. Yeah, the top of the damn food chain. You think I'm accepting that from a Negro? That's when they get confused. Them white girls be like, absolutely not. Not from you. Now, Connor can treat me like that. Not you, Jamal. What do you have? BBC is not enough. BBC is not enough. No, I'm sorry. It was a lot. It was so much, it was like too much. Too much was happening. And I'm like, they've only been together for 48 hours. Wait, oh my God. Deborah said, Clay wishes he looked like the woman he won't. He does. He does. I'm telling you, they hate their skin. They'll never tell us. We'll never have that conversation because we're always focused on the young girls in our community. We need to do that with them young boys. They hate it, especially the dark ones. Oh, them babies hate it. They're so beautiful, but they hate it. They hate it. Georgia Peach said, I could tell by all of the press tours at the reunion that he was doing this for fame. Absolutely. He didn't want a spouse. He was for the streets. That's what Love is Blind has become. That's what Lauren was talking about on Twitter, that Love is Blind is just people coming on the show to get famous. It's just people coming on the show to get famous. I hate to say it, but I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. And she better not rehab his image. She better not rehab his image. Yeah, but I hope that AD, has found herself at this point and realizes that she deserves better. I hope so. I hope she doesn't rehab his image. Oh, oh yeah. I hope I cleared that up when I said that Black women always worked. I hope I cleared that up. But with that always working, still being in a very, like, we live in a very male-centered society, but even then, like, she couldn't have a bank account. Probably your uncle or grandfather had to, get a bank account for her. But now things are different. We have our own bank account. I don't have to tell you how much I make. I don't have to link my bank account with you. Indigo Girl said, did y'all hear about the black wife effect? These people need to leave Black women alone, disguising society's predatory ways as flattery all the time. They give us all the compliments that Black women get is thank you for your labor. Thank you for your labor. LS said, I've deleted all dating apps and removed myself from the dating pool. It's too exhausting. Listen, I always say my man is going to find me in Target. He going to find me in Target because that or Costco. We'll just be running down the same aisle and I'll say, excuse me, and our carts intertwine. That's how I'll find him. Any other way? No, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. We're doing the singles. I won't be there. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun. Chanel said, I don't fully agree with what you're saying, but I respect your point of view. Thank you so much. CM said, the woman in my family has always taught us to have our own career, money, and own land, specifically churches, graveyards, or pig farms. Absolutely. Been like that for generations. Absolutely. JG said, I'm from California, and all I hear growing up was, I don't date Black women, but I would date you. Even through college, this is something young Black women need to know. Oh, I never got that in like Philly, but when I moved out to LA, the pretty for a dark-skinned girl mess, I'm like, oh, what the hell is happening here? I could not believe I was hearing that from Black people. I told you about that time I went to that Magic Johnson theater and that guy was like, where you're from? And here I am, I'm smiling and cheesing because, I used to get people saying, the people not thinking that I was American. So I was thinking that he was going to say, I'm kidding you or something. And I was going to be like, oh no, I'm African American. I'm thinking that was going to be it. And I said, I'm from Philly. And he was like, oh yeah, I knew you weren't from here. And my sister, oh my goodness, she is something else. Don't talk about her sister. She said, what's that supposed to be? And he was like, oh no, it's not an insult, but I just, we don't have dark-skinned girls around here, around this neighborhood. I was in Watts. And my sister was like, what? And he was like, no, but she's pretty. She's a beautiful woman. But I just noticed that we just don't have, pretty dark-skinned women in this neighborhood. We got to start dealing with these men the way our great-grandmothers dealt with them. Don't dig up that backyard. You'll find your great-granddaddy. Monique said, I'm dark-skinned and was not called African booty scratcher. Thank God. But then an African guy told me I'm not really dark, but brown skin. Tired of these labels. Absolutely. OMG. Asia said, I remember a Facebook post that we needed the NAACP being dark skinned in middle school. We were fighting for our lives. Fighting for our lives. Pepe said, Black women are disrespected the most by Black men, oftentimes starting with our fathers. I would never settle for their disrespect. Amen. Amen. This is the thing. All the kids did it. Like now hearing from like adults like first gen, I'm like, okay, I didn't know it hit like that. I just thought that it was from the movie. Because like, I'm telling you, my school, the day after that movie was on TV, I think we either saw it on TV or VHS, elderly. It was like everybody was an African booty scratcher. Every fight, African booty scratcher, it was crazy. We even got in trouble. Kids were so impressionable with like no internet. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, this is the thing. They don't like, I feel like in our experience as Black women, we know what it's like living in a space where white women are the beauty standard, right? I've never clocked into what that's like as a man, right? Because you're never really clocking in on them because as a woman, they have that privilege. And then Black women are like, what privilege do I have? I'm Black. But it's just like you're a man. So you have that privilege. But they don't see that privilege because they do not have the same access that white men have. So everybody's looking up, and that's the issue. Like we're looking up to Black men are looking up to white men, right? We're not looking up to white women. We're looking up to our men, and our men are looking up to white men. And thus all, white male ideologies and ways of thinking and running the home are then put into our home because our men are looking up to them and wanting to be like them because they want to be on the top of the food chain. So all of these things that they believe make white men powerful, they try to bring to the home, and we reject that because as Black women, although we're looking up, we're looking around and down because nobody's looking out for us. So we're protecting everybody around us, and then we're protecting the younger generation, our children, because that's what women of the community does. And what we see, because we're looking up and nobody's looking down, we see the world for what it really is. Because since we're so unprotected, nobody puts on a mask for us. So we see the world in its truest form, and we're looking at our men saying, that's not good. What you are desiring is not good. That's going to hurt the home. And he's thinking we're rejecting his leadership, but we're not rejecting your leadership. We're rejecting white supremacy. That's not healthy for us. That's not good for our community. So he says, well, if you don't want to do that, I'm going to go get this with another woman. I want to go find a white woman. And a white woman would be like, okay, let's do this. But she's looking up as well. That's how they link up because they got the same enemy. She's looking up as well. And her look up is, as soon as I get there, I'm not trying to take you. I'm sitting at that table either with that white man or I'm removing him. But you are not going with me. You are my mule. Again, this is for certain relationships, right? This is not for all the interracials. Please, the Loving Day community, do not come for me. I'm not saying for all of y'all. A lot of you have been able to find love outside of the community, and amen to you. But I'm talking about the ones that always got something to say about us. I see you, demons. I see you. I think so. There was something going on there, but I think he was just playing in her face. To probably remain nice and calm to her and probably still sleeping with her just to get her to not air him out at the reunion. That's what I think. He was playing her. That's a sad case. But this is the thing. She's in a community where people hype her up because her skin is lighter. And she thought it would work out for her. It hasn't. Oh yeah, that's good. I think I'm gonna make some dinner and watch Madam Web. CM said, nah, my great grandma, had her own money, land, bank account, etc. She ain't played with them folks. They tried it and she showed them multiple times to this day. They still scared of her. Period. Shout out to grandma. Sasha said, OMG, Nikki, I literally was telling my parents the strategic days I go out to Target and Costco where the singles are there. You have to go on Tuesdays. I want to get Jade and Jade, CM, and Sasha, and then I'm gonna let you guys out because we are over 2 hours. JG said, "Do y'all recall Nip YG speaks? Oh yeah, Nipsey Hussle's funeral, saying they both have beautiful light-skinned daughters. It's really, really bad out there. Yeah, but again, that's not about you. That's not about you. That is his issue. That is his issue because he can't keep a light-skinned woman, can he? He can't keep any woman." Them dark-skinned girls probably said, "No, you want to find somebody." Not me. Not me. So that's what they do, ladies. They try to play us against each other so that we don't talk. That's why them black men that don't like black women and they get with non-black women, they get a specific non-black woman, a non-black woman who does not have black woman relationships. Like, she does not have any black women in her community, no friends or nothing. They want that. They want her to be disengaged from their community so she don't know what's up, right? Because when the women start talking and they start comparing notes, they will both find out they are not the problem. It's him. CM said, "Look at the Real Housewives of Potomac, and it shows how the community feels about darker-skinned black women." Absolutely. Absolutely. Sasha said, "The black men's self-hatred is deep in the diaspora, also in Africa. Let me not get into the I'm no black, I'm Dominican, Afro Latinos child." Yeah, and these are the people who are supposed to lead the community. That's the problem. Get them out of the driver's seat. It's crazy. JG also said, "Growing up in California has made me not want to even date black men. The self-hate that they exude is beyond." Oh, so sad. Even the ballers, they will listen to their agents who shoo away the black women and bring the others in a club. Well, see, this is the thing. They're black men, but they're also capitalists. Capitalists first. They're not black. They're OJ. So that's why, like we talked about it before, you get a lot of them who get non-black women, but they put them on a black woman cosplay suit, right? So this white girl who never wore hoops before is now wearing hoops and, brown lip liner and, getting certain stuff done to her body that she would have never gotten done before, dressing a certain way now. Why? Because he's attracted to a black woman, but he cannot have her for where he wants to go and where he wants to do in his career. And he has a job that encourages that. Why? Because it's better for a job that works on black labor, but does not want to put money into the black community, right? It's better for them to have someone of their community who is a woman, because the women, what do we say, are the influence. Right? So here you have all of these players being influenced by a community that oppresses them. The work is already done. It's genius. And you're not going to tell me that the greatest human breeders in the world don't know exactly what they're doing, because you have your influence marrying your mule. And then who is produced out of that? Children who have their father's athleticism and their mother's influence. So with that, you will not have any uprisings. There will not be any change. You will not have any civil rights movements from these kids who are raised in white culture, but have maybe a few black features, but also having the athleticism of the father. It's genius. It's genius. You're breeding a community that will submit to your ideology. It's genius. It's absolutely genius. On Saturdays, they never go on Saturday or Sunday. Absolutely not. What day? What day is it? That seems like fun. I think I might check out their Juneteenth festival if I'm here that long. The N and the H said, and they don't want to keep the money in the black community, and the woman influence the children. Absolutely. That's how you get a bunch of AMIR'S. No shade. Anyway, family, let me get out of here. We have talked long enough. I love you so much. Thank you for the discussion that has happened in the chat. I pray that it continues. Let's learn and grow together. I'm sorry, I'm hungry. Anyway, I love y'all. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, I gotta put timestamps in this. Jesus.